Good evening. Welcome to the very beginning of our Triduum, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and the Easter Vigil. Today is Holy Thursday. On this day, we celebrate three important mysteries in the life of the Church. The first is the institution of the Eucharist. The second is the institution of the priesthood. And the third is the mandatum, the command to love. We may not find all three mysteries explicitly represented in the gospel we just heard, but every Holy Thursday liturgy celebrates these three principal mysteries. So we're celebrating the institution of the Eucharist, the institution of the priesthood, and the command to love. In today's gospel, we heard how Jesus washed the apostles' feet. The washing of feet signifies different realities, but essentially it is a call to lay down one's life for others. To lay down our lives for others is not something we do only when the need arises. It is supposed to be a lifestyle for all Christians. It is a disposition to always put the needs of others before mine. It is a commitment to die to self, to be active and generous in my service to others. It is a willingness to meet someone's need even when it is very inconvenient to do so. When we think about the idea of laying down one's life for others, our first instinct is to cringe. Like, we kind of think that, oh, this is kind of extreme, right? Why would God want us to do that? Because that's what Christ did. That's what our Redeemer did, as we heard in the Gospel. The Bible says in Acts of the Apostles, chapter 10, at verse 38, that Jesus went about doing good. He went about doing good, healing the sick and helping everyone. When we learn to lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters, we purify ourselves to be more like Jesus. To be more like Jesus. Every priest is called to become another Christ, auto Christo. That's our vocation as priests. Similarly, every Christian is called to become Christ-like, to imitate him by laying down our lives for others. The incredible thing we do in this world, dear friends, is to make sacrifices for those who need love and help the most. The Benedictines have what they call their rule of life. It is tied to their vows of stability, fidelity to the monastic way of life, and obedience. For everyone who is a Christian, it is important to know that our rule of life is laying down our lives for others. So when we think about ourselves and our Christian vocation, the first thing that should come to mind is that God has called me to learn to lay down my lives for others. That's our rule of life. It is the reason Christ lived out this mandate during his last moment in this world. You know, what interests me most about the idea of laying one's life for others is the fact that it makes me more like Jesus. Who does not want to be like Jesus? I don't know about you, but I want to be like Jesus. I want to have his loving heart. I want to have his merciful heart. I want to have his heart that continues to burn with love for everyone. I want to be like Jesus, pouring out my life to make other people's life better. My prayer is that you will make it your desire too. And this is the perfect night to ask for this grace. Lord, I want to be like Jesus in my life. Lord, I want to be like Jesus in my life. In my life, in my life, Lord, I want to be like Jesus in my life. I don't want to be anyone in my life. I don't want to be the old me in my life. But Lord, I want to be like Jesus in my life. In my life, Lord, I want to be like Jesus in my life. In my life, Lord, I want to be like Jesus in my life.